Sonoma County, California, known for its wine. Sheep, known for their wool. But wait, this family milks the sheep to make cheese. The Rolls-Royce of milking sheep. They're up next on Chef Sophia.
Smells nice, huh? Look at it.
When you sit down at Zazu restaurant in Sonoma, California and order a salad, most likely one of the chefs, Dusky Estes, or maybe her husband, John Stewart, is likely to step outside and harvest what you just ordered.
We're at Zazu Restaurant and Farm, which is in Santa Rosa in the heart of Sonoma County in the Russian River Valley. So right across the street we have probably 500 head of dairy cow and a bunch of vineyards. And this is right out back the restaurant. We have like 9 boxes that we grow out of, and we have fruit trees.
Zazu's a restaurant with a farm just out back. Or if you like, a farm with a restaurant in front.
We really try to grow everything we can ourselves. And we have a farm at home where we have our own grapes to make our own wine. We try to get awesome local product and support small local farmers.
You can also go to Bovolo, where John presides, salting the bacon, tossing the pizza.
We get many of our products that have never been refrigerated. They have just been harvested. They may have been harvested that morning. Stuff you just don't see in other places. We're sort of on top of it here.
Dusky and John, 2 of the newest and brightest stars in the growing California tradition of down-home, unpretentious kitchens.
They can hang out there. We're making bacon.
I'm gonna get some chard for tonight's steak. We have Bright Lights chard, which is also called rainbow chard.
Chef, gardener, chicken farmer, and mom. Dusky began cooking at age 5 in her little easy bake oven.
We're a very ingredient-driven place. Like, we try to get the best ingredients and not mess them up. And so something that has never been refrigerated and is just picked is so alive in flavor. That's what we're all about.
Just keep looking, guys.
Dusky and John's 2 girls, 7-year-old Bridie and sister Mackenzie, who is 6, are growing up among all of this bounty.
It gives us as like a family just the very sense of, we're kind of always together. I grew up this way. My family has a catering company in New York, but I would walk there after school, clean green beans, clean spinach, fold pastry boxes.
There's the larger family, too.
All right, girls.
The farmer neighbors.
This is California's first sheep dairy.
When Cindy Callahan and her family moved to Sonoma, the idea was just to find a nice place to live. But the grass was always growing.
We moved here from San Francisco, needed lawnmowers. So we got 10 sheep to graze the pasture, got a ram, had lambs.
So they fell into sheep herding.
About 1989, a fellow from Syria came to the farm and said, there's nothing like sheep milk yogurt. The rest is pretty much history.
They named their place after a sheep that leads a flock, a bellwether, Bellwether Farms.
Okay.
So what's the age range that we're checking out?
Well, these are from a week to 4 to 5 week old lambs, and their mothers. And these are my bottle babies.
Oh, look at these guys. Kenzie, look at that.
There's my one baby in here. See, look.
Look at how soft she is.
Sweet baby.
A lamb is simply a young sheep, less than a year old.
These are our youngest lambs right now. So they will stay with their mothers for 35 to 40 days. Then they'll get weaned.
What's a wean? Wean is when you take the baby off the
milk and onto solid food.
A steady stream of ewes is always pregnant, so there's a supply of milk all year round.
And I'm leaping.
That's their playtime. They love it. And the lambs at this age are just starting to play king of the hill. And these lambs weigh maybe 15, 16 pounds. In a month, they will be 40 pounds.
Scientists calculate that milk from sheep has half the protein but nearly twice the fat of most cow's milk. Good news for making cheese, and good news for growing leaping lambs.
It's amazing. Well, we can do it. Uh-oh. Oh, my goodness. You see?
He's drinking and
Yeah,
You think he's thirsty?
yeah, I think so.
Do you like milk, Kenzie? Yeah.
Yeah, well, they love milk.
The Callahans milk their sheep twice a day.
Okay.
A ewe will milk for 6 to 8 months, so it is seasonal.
Right.
So we milk them for that length of time, and then they're dried off, and the rams are put back in with the flock.
Brady, look up.
And
I go for it again.
the gestation is 5 months.
Oh, wow. And how many
So-
years do you keep one?
As long as she's a good milker, she stays.
A sheep census in the United States would count 6 million of them, but only 11,000 of those are milked.
They look really joyful.
I know, don't they look happy?
Yeah.
They just love to be out in the grass.
Look at that little black one.
Yeah. These black ewes are the same breed.
East Frisians are a sturdy breed, a large sheep. Their milk production is the highest of any breed of sheep.
People don't realize how many cheeses around the world are made with sheep milk. Roquefort, for instance, the famous French blue cheese, is all sheep milk. The milk itself is sort of like half and half. It's very rich and thick, and it's very sweet.
At Bellwether Farms, the secret is the nourishing grass on these gentle hills, nature's perfect meal for a sheep.
As we age this cheese,
Liam Callahan, Cindy's son, every piece of cheese made on this farm comes from his hands.
from the time we start aging it.
I feel like we're in a fashion show.
That's right, we are. Looks like our milk is ready for cutting. You guys can see how firm this is at this point.
Wow.
Very elastic. What we did was we added an enzyme that makes the proteins in the milk change, and that's what makes it go solid like this. And it's a little bit like that, the Jell-O you maybe made as a kid where you threw the extra gelatin in and the whole, that's what it
Right.
feels like right now. Once it gets to an appropriate level of firmness, we can cut it and get curds and whey.
Cheese making may have been done this way for 10,000 years or more, but it is by no means automatic. The cheesemaker must always be aware of the moisture and the heat and know when to put pressure on the curd.
You want to try?
Yeah.
Get to work.
Oh, I don't want to make a big tidal wave though.
Yeah, don't make a mess.
I'm good at making messes, huh, Brady?
Do you add like cultures? Do you add like yogurty?
I
kind
added
of-
bacteria.
Yeah.
There's a few different strains of bacteria that produce effects on the milk that cheesemakers like. There's other bacteria, of course, that produce effects we don't. It starts converting the sugar in the milk, lactose, into lactic acid. But it's also a big part of the flavor.
The cheesemaker controls the taste and texture of the cheese, adjusting the temperature, the amount of whey, the salt, the aging, the stirring.
It's a big tank.
It's
It's bigger than the
huge.
bathtub, or it's
It's bigger
the
than our
size
hot
of your-
tub too.
maybe we can make cheese in our hot tub. Wow.
That'd be some funky cheese. So this curd is getting to the point that I want to put it into the form. So let's get down and we can start to get our forms filled and start making some cheeses.
Bellwether Farms' own original cheese is San Andreas, a cheese for the table. There's also a ricotta, and here, pepato, a semi-soft cheese that's aged 3 to 4 months with whole peppercorns scattered throughout.
Well, this is the whey draining out, and these are the curds.
Guys, it's overflowing.
Oh, I'm gonna put you in there.
Everybody stay back.
The whey drained from the pepato goes to make ricotta.
And by heating it up really hot, adding some salt and vinegar, you can get the extra protein that's still left in the whey. And in Italian, ricotta means recooked.
So the thing we like to make at Zazu is this thing called nudi. Have you ever had nudi before?
No, I've not.
So nudi in Italian means naked,
Uh-huh.
and it's the filling of a ravioli without the pasta. And it is awesome. It really allows you to taste the flavor of the cheese. You want to try?
You don't want to try?
No?
Wow. All right then. I'll
All
try.
right, we're digging in. It's really creamy, a nuttier flavor.
And this is as fresh as it gets.
It's so
A really
good,
ni-
isn't it
a really
good?
nice milky flavor. The thing
Is that
with
too
the
hot?
ricotta is that If your milk doesn't taste good, you're not gonna hide that flavor.
Yeah,
Look at this,
exactly.
from no to like more and more and more.
Pretty good.
Reluctant at first, all of a sudden the two girls become Little Miss Muffets, eating their curds and whey.
All right, we're gonna go check out the cheese we just made. You ready? Let's go.
Let's hit it.
When the cheese is done in the kitchen, it is still not done. It has to sleep for 3 to 4 months to age properly.
Check it out.
So here's where we age our sheep milk cheeses. And down at the end here, you can see
Look at it.
Cheeses.
The new cheeses
you
is
can
right.
see the newest cheeses we put in here.
It is in the aging room that the cheesemaker's work becomes tedious. Turn the cheeses. Turn them today. Turn them tomorrow.
You can see that we get more mold, a little bit of a drier rind, and the wheels get smaller and smaller because as we age this cheese, maybe we lose 40% in weight over the course of the 3 months that it's in here.
Can we eat some cheese?
Well, let's eat some.
Yogurt?
Yeah. Cheese.
Cheese.
Yogurt.
Let's bust it.
Back home, there are chickens to attend to.
Okay, paka paka baki poke.
Let's walk over here, bud. All right, team. Let's feed the birds. Let's get some eggs.
This restaurant family also has a vineyard, a pair of sheep named Pickles and Pancakes, and a few dozen hens.
Think they'll like that apple? Left over from your lunch?
The chickens get all the leftovers from the restaurant.
And
Whoa.
sometimes the leftovers from the house.
And the leftovers from like their lunch. So
My lunch.
So these are
from
corn
we have like a
friends.
corn muffin that we serve in the restaurant.
Here they are.
All the baked goods we don't use. This, I believe, is a fig anise bread. We have probably like 10 or 15 chickens. We're in the spring now, so we'll get another 25 or so we'll really fill this room up. This is pretty
Or
big.
more chicks.
In an earlier America, there wasn't a kid who did not know how to handle a chicken. How many suburban and city kids today can walk right into the coop and get you some fresh eggs?
What are your favorite kind of eggs?
Eggs from home.
Yeah. And do
Yeah.
you know why they're better?
No, they're raised differently.
Where do you think?
Yeah, they're raised differently because they eat different food. So ours get to eat a huge diet because they get to run around the vineyard and eat in
this
the
thing's-
grass and eat all our leftover corn, and so they get the beautiful yolks. But the ones in the store don't get to wander around and eat cool stuff.
The eggs go into the restaurant's pastas, desserts, breads, and ice creams.
How many eggs do we get?
I got 1, 2, 3.
To the vineyard, where there are more chickens and more sheep.
Well, let's walk up here first and feed Pickles and Pancake.
What do you feed a pet sheep with a nickname like Pickle or Pancake?
All
You
right,
guys want to
let's-
dump the food? You want to help me dump it, Kenzie? Oh,
Look at them all
you
come
guys
running.
know what all these things are?
Yum,
These
yum,
are all the scraps from the restaurant. Do you know what that is?
Onion.
They actually like the onion. It's so silly.
Pickles, pancakes.
Whoa.
Whoa.
They're kind
breakfast, everybody.
You feed them the vegetable table scraps, last night's dinner at Zazu. They love it.
So do you know why we have pickles and pancake Friday?
So they lawn mow when our lawnmower's broken.
Exactly.
They
They're
lawn
our
mow.
mobile
That's their
mowers.
job.
All right, you guys, let's go make some of those
Careful
eggs. Wait for us.
We're gonna head back up.
The compost, the sheep, the chickens, the eggs, the growing garden, all part of the chef's family farm.
So tell me about cooking with kids.
I think everyone should attempt to cook with their kids. You have to kind of get them away and sort of entertain for a half an hour to cook for them, so you might as well just involve them in the process. It gets them cooking, it gets them knowing what food is, where it starts. you
It's
know,
art and math. I mean, it has so many components. So for them, it's like playing with clay, but it also then has all the flavor, sensory stuff. For us, cooking with kids is, I mean, it's what we do with them most of the time.
Ooh, green slime.
All right. We're gonna make a dish out of the sheep milk ricotta that we made yesterday called nudie.
Nudie.
Do you remember what that word means? It's Italian for something.
Naked.
Naked. Do you know why it's called naked?
No.
Because it's like the filling of a ravioli, but with no pasta on the outside, so it's a little bit more freeform.
Mommy, there's a big knife knife over here.
There is. The first thing we're gonna do is blanch the chard that we picked.
So what
So-
do we need to do?
What we need to do is put it in the pot. So you guys need to very carefully put it in the pot without burning yourselves. So Kenzie goes first, and now Bridie. Can you put some in, Kenzie?
I'm gonna chop mine up.
You can chop it and then put it in.
Okay, I got it all.
So then I'm gonna stir it around a little.
Great.
Great.
Is that stuff bitter?
No, it's not bitter, actually. Okay, you guys ready for the next task?
Yeah.
So this is the ricotta.
Mom, can I stir it?
Yeah.
You.
Bridie, you want to be the cheese grater, and Kenzie, you can be the egg breaker. So crack all three in.
Woo.
Did you get that one in?
Yeah.
Good job.
Now should I start stirring it with
You
the
can.
ricotta?
Do you want to grate a little bit of pepper in there?
I'll do it. And I get to put in this stuff.
Good job. How about a pinch of salt? All right.
It's great on food.
I'm going to do the grating. Is that all right, you guys?
Yeah.
All right. That is flour, Parmesan,
Eggs.
eggs. What else?
With the ricotta.
Do you remember what kind of ricotta? What kind of animals were those?
Cow.
Was it cow?
Cheese. It's no, it was sheep.
Yeah. So while you guys are mixing that, I'm gonna chop this in the food processor, and we're gonna make green slime.
Yay!
You psyched? Here we go. That's our own green slime. Because we have to use stuff from our own garden. All right, you ready to mix this in too, Bridie?
Mackenzie, pour. Here comes the green slime. Green stuff. Green slime.
All right, let me get it out because it's a little hot for you, probably.
That's funny. I was like, thank you.
All right, you stir it all up. All right, while you guys are doing that, I'm gonna chop this onion for the sauce.
Okay, Mother.
Okay? Will you pick these leaves, Kenzie, of the marjoram that we got from outside? So we're gonna saute our onions. Both of you chop a little bit of that marjoram.
I already did chop my leaves.
All right. So now we're gonna put our tomato sauce that we just made on top. Can you add the marjoram? Okay, Kenzie, are you ready to do some nudie scooping?
Nudie scooty.
Nudie scooty. It's kind of like making ice cream. So we're gonna keep it low next to and let it out.
I want to do it.
You wanna do it by yourself? Just get low, because I don't want it to burn you. Good job. There you go. All right, now we have to let it go. So it's like 3 minutes. It takes a little while.
This is called the meaty cutie dance.
So now we're gonna put our tomato sauce on top. And you wanna sprinkle a little cheese on there, Bridie, on both of these? And then what do we like to drizzle on everything?
Olive oil.
You know what you can do? Is 2 fingers. Woo! Excellent. A little extra virgin always helps everybody. So now we have the sheep milk. Yeah, sheep milk ricotta, and with
Tomato.
what?
Butter.
All right, you ready? Dig in. Let's dig in.
Oh, eat.
We're gonna make bacon. We're gonna make a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, which for anyone from New York, it's sort of like New York's kind of fast food before there was really fast food. So we've just kind of put a spin on it. We use bread from friends of ours down in Petaluma, Della Fattoria. Obviously the eggs from our farm, the cheese from Bellwether, and then the bacon that I make. It's as really local as local can be.
Oh, I can't wait to eat.
Kenzie's favorite food group is bacon.
Sometimes I'm really sneaky with bacon. I can open the refrigerator. If I can find bacon, I eat it.
No way. There you go. That's like the best sound in the world. I'm a big fan of the Baking Project over the Art Project as far as families go because of you get to eat baking projects and everybody's happy and they don't pile up around the house. Well, we'll let this kind of camp out a little bit while we prepare the actual sandwich. So we're gonna put this Carmody on the bottom. Liam made our cheese. And that's a big rule with us. You should know the hand that feeds you. We like that rule. We're gonna put these in here just to melt the cheese out a little bit. It doesn't need too much. All right, so we're gonna cook some eggs here. I'm gonna crack these. You're just gonna supervise. Kenzie's just really in this one for the bacon. A little salt, a little pepper. See how yellow that yolk is? That's a direct product of their wandering around and eating just about anything it is they want. And then we're done. That's a good egg.
Eggs taste better when you kiss them.
Eggs taste better when you kiss them?
I kissed this
Is
egg.
this like sort of your secret culinary thing? And everybody gets to have their secret little culinary things.
Put on the egg.
There's a little trick. The trick is to sort of control the running of the yolk. So you just sort of pierce it, and you sort of mash. You want the, oh, that's right.
Two double eggs.
Look at that. Just kind of set in there. That's like perfect. Can't beat that. Take a little bite of this, a little quality control. That's good. That's very good. How is it?
Good.
Yeah, we're done.
All right, let's do ice cream.
Frozen yogurt ice cream.
Yeah, frozen yogurt ice cream. There you go.
All of it.
All of it into that pot.
Sugar and water.
Sugar and water, that's right. You can stir it. And then we turn it on so it melts. And then you and I go away, because then we're gonna go scoop all the yogurt out. So can you put all this yogurt into the bowl with that spoon? Liam made this yogurt from Bellwether. So it's a sheep milk yogurt, which most yogurt you try tends to be cow's milk. And it's really thick and creamy. It's got extra fat in it. All we're gonna do is add simple syrup and then they spin it. It's the simplest, easiest recipe. Everyone should make it at home. We like to use plain yogurt because that adds a little tart flavor. Looks good.
Now we're gonna go and we're gonna.
Now you're gonna add this cold simple syrup. After that melted, we would chill it down, but now we have cold simple syrup. That is 1 cup of sugar with 3/4 of a cup of water. We just mix it in, and then what do you know? We call for the big man and Mackenzie. Hey, John.
We need you to help us and come spin.
Ready, Kenzie? Let's help Mom and Dad finish this up, all right?
And we.
So we have
In
ice.
here.
Yes, we have ice and we have rock salt, which is also called ice cream salt.
So we have to-
So we are gonna pour this in. Woo. So we do this a lot in the summer months. We do it a lot when we have parties. We're gonna turn this thing on. We're gonna let it go for about 15, maybe 20 minutes. Then we'll kind of open it up and look at it, and we'll have some delicious ice cream. Huh?
Can we really try it?
Of course you can try it.
And let us stick in our fingers. It's delicious.
All right, let's fire this up. Ice cream's gonna be done after about 20 minutes here. All right.
I got some ice cream on me. Ooh, now we need to taste it too.
Want to taste it there, Bridie?
Little yogurty.
A little yogurty. Well, it's yogurty, and it's super high quality
This is
yogurt.
how we want it to taste.
That's what I was thinking too, Ken. All right. It is really delicious.
Take it away.
Very refreshing.
But as you can see, like the food that we cooked today with them, all of it took like 10 minutes. Like, I mean, the harvesting was additional time, of course, but like you
Yeah, they
can
people
cook
like
fast
trick you
and make
into
it from
thinking.
scratch and cook it together. Like, it doesn't have to be a big ordeal.
Yeah, it's
So-
not that hard. You know, it's not that hard to cook.